Now here is the Allosaurus out of its packaging, and I have to say, it looks like a decent figure, but not exactly what you call perfect. But like honestly, like when the 8 Roarivores were revealed, this and the Triceratops were the ones that appealed to me the least. Like this one mostly because of its sculpt. I'll explain why the Triceratops didn't appeal to me as much, but like also this Roarivore, the Allosaurus, and the Triceratops are probably my two least favorite Roarivores. Like I said, I'll explain why the Triceratops is one of my least favorites, but today we'll be explaining the Allosaurus. Like, in my opinion, this figure is just a little overrated, in my opinion. Like, people are saying, like, it's the best Roarivore, but I kind of don't see it, honestly. First, let's take a look at the detailing. See, but, like, I don't hate the Allosaurus and the Triceratops. I actually think they're really nice figures. Definitely better than anything Hasbro's done, but just a few things wrong with them. See, most of it's smooth detailing, but still impressive detailing. Got the ribs right there. Then all this nice leg detailing. Got the musculature in the legs. And then the feet scales right there. And you got the arms right there. See his muscles right there. Looks like he's been going to the gym a lot. You got these really mean looking claws right here. Even though Allosaurus is supposed to have like a huge thumb claw right here, like Baryonyx for example. See, you got all these skin folds and lines on the neck right here. Then you got the head sculpt. While it looks cartoony, it's still nicely detailed. See all the nicely sculpted teeth right here. And all the detailing on the head right here. It's basically the same for both sides. So that's it for detailing right here. Detailing, not too bad. Like, it's not as good detailing says like the Baryonyx or the Triceratops. But take a look at paint job, which is probably my favorite part about this figure, the paint job. It actually looks like the Allosaurus from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. See, for like, basically the whole entire figure is just a bluish gray and then a yellowish creamy color going from the top of the head all the way to the down, all the way down to the tail. That color is also on the legs too. And also got a red crest, and the jaw muscles inside the mouth are painted, which is something the Baryonyx didn't have. And and this Allosaurus has a blue tongue, strangely. So that's it for paint job. Let's talk articulation. Of course, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 points of articulation. So let's test out the action feature. I think there's 4 sound effects though, by pressing this button here. That's one roar. Yeah, that's a pretty cool roar. That's actually the coolest roar on this figure. That's a few stomping noises. And that's a T-Rex roar right there. I don't know why they keep giving a T-Rex roar, because, like this, the Baryonyx, and the upcoming Ceratosaurus all have a T-Rex roar, which is kind of unfortunate. No, like I said, people are saying like this is like the best Roarivores or one of the best, but like I said, I kind of don't see it honestly. Like like there's like 2 main reasons why. Why is just the head sculpt. It looks way too cartoonish in comparison to say like the Action Attack Carnotaurus or even the Roarivores Baryonyx, Metriacanthosaurus, and Triceratops. See, let me bring up a picture of the Allosaurus from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. And yeah, I don't own any of these images. All images belong to their respectful owners. Let's see, this is the Roarivores Allosaurus, and here's the Allosaurus from the film. See, like the paint job, this figure resembles this, but the head sculpt, they look like very different. See how this one has like a more ferocious look with the narrow, long skull. Well, like the skull in here is just like it isn't too long. That isn't really a problem to me. But the problem to me is the wideness of the skull. It looks kind of ugly in my opinion. See how narrow this one looks compared to like how wide this one looks. This one it just looks weird in my opinion. Oh yeah. We'll see side by side. Like, I think like if they just made the head sculpt more realistic, say like the Baryonyx, it would have been a cool Roarivore. Probably would have been my second favorite Roarivore, but its potential has been squashed. And see also the tail the tail just looks too small in comparison to the rest of the body. See how like small and thin it looks? That didn't really sound right, but also like it just doesn't really help with the balancing. Like when I make him like stand this way, he balances just fine, but when I make him stand this way, he just wants to fall over. You see, mostly because like the tail isn't really long and heavy enough. Because like this figure is mostly front heavy. The tail doesn't even counterbalance it because like most of the weight is in here in the electronics area, and also like how the center of gravity is here, and this the right leg is backwards and the left leg is forward, which causes it to have balancing issues. This leg should have been forward and this leg should have been backwards, so it balances out everything. Like while the tail looks too small in comparison, if they were to just fix that head sculpt, then everything would have been fine. But one thing I have to say, like I said, this is my least favorite of the 8 Roarivores, the Triceratops being second, but like I have to say, it's a huge step up from Hasbro's Jurassic World Allosaurus. So let's compare it right now. Speaking of comparing, let's start with the figure comparisons right now. Here we have Hasbro's Jurassic World Allosaurus. I don't have the Allosaurus Assault or the Medic Allosaurus from Kenner, but here we have the Allosaurus. See, this really doesn't look like an Allosaurus at all. See, it has, Ronald McDonald's colors and a permanent dino damage. Like, this one is a huge step, but when I think of Allosaurus, I kind of think of something like this, even though the head sculpt is not that good. But definitely better than, this right here. See, like, $10 for this or $15 for this. It would be better to spend the extra, $5 on a cooler figure like this guy right here. So next, let's compare it to some other things. Next up, we have Attack Pack Blue. See, it looks to be in scale. The Allosaurus in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom looks to be medium sized. Next up, we have Attack Pack Gallimimus. See, as you saw in the first Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom trailer that was released in December, you notice that a Gallimimus bumped into the Allosaurus when they were running away from the erupting volcano. Okay, so let's compare it to some more. Next up, we have Superposable Indoraptor and Allosaurus. Now, this Indoraptor kind of looks a little big right here. I think this is kind of in scale though, but Indoraptor just kind of seems too big in my opinion. And last but not least, let me try to get them stand. We have Action Attack Carnotaurus and Roarivores Baryonyx. The 3 new big carnivores for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, not including the Indoraptor. Like real dinosaurs, even though they're all just clone dinosaurs. See, people are saying like the Baryonyx isn't that good because its arms are too small, but it is based off the Baryonyx from the movie, which that Baryonyx had small arms. So yeah, this thing is accurate to the movie. It's one of the reasons why I really like it. But see, they all look compatible with each other, except one thing: these two have like realistic, ferocious faces, while this one just has like a smiley cartoon grin. And that is it for this review. If I have to give this figure a rating, it would probably be a 7 out of 10. Like, it's just like, the balancing problems, like the weirdly proportioned tail and the cartoonish head just brings it down to a 7. Like, I don't hate this figure, I actually like it, honestly. A huge step up from Hasbro, but it's like this figure could have had the potential to be one of the best Roarivores if the head sculpt was good. Like, more realistic looking. But yeah, if you want this guy, go to Walmart or Target because they mostly have them for sale. Yeah, but otherwise the paint job is awesome, sculpt is decent, the sound effects are cool, and I do still recommend you picking up this figure despite it being my least favorite Roarivore. And like I said, yeah, it's okay, but it's just kind of overrated. So yeah, 7 out of 10 for this figure. If you like this video, leave a comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next review.